We have repairs ongoing. As far as the game plan goes, we finished up what we were going to do over here, and it's really just moving on to the next high reward contract. There's one fairly close, but it is kind of out of the way, and there is no industrial zones that I know of over here. It's possible I just haven't gotten within range to see them on the map. But it's kind of a remote area here. There also is not a whole lot of missions that I could see on the way. We do have something over in the Chromo that I wouldn't mind picking up, but that does kind of get us closer to the ones over here rather than the one down here, maybe very slightly. And I really don't know what missions are down here, so it's quite a jump over to the system that has a high reward contract. I may jump over to Necromo just to see if there is something along the way, and that may kind of decide for us where we're going to end up. If there's more contracts over here that we know about, I might end up going this way instead of down this way. In any case, let's go ahead and travel here. I don't really think there's anything else to do. Let's just double check. All the repairs should be in progress. They should not be long repairs. Yeah, only 13 days maximum, so no matter what, we're getting our mechs back. And just to double check the market. And nothing really all that interesting here either. Alright, let's go ahead and jump then. But really all we're looking to is get our reputation level up so that we can continue on with the campaign, because that's really what's keeping us right now. I don't think we're that far away, so even one high reward contract might do it for us. Let's get a reminder. Yeah, maybe one high reward contract, maybe two, as they oftentimes pay out about 1,000 or so. It's really a grind sometimes to level up, but like for example, these contracts that we have in the system, they don't really level you up a whole lot. Sometimes you get like a couple hundred per mission. Looks like we have 2 missions, both for the Capellans against House Davian. So, fortunately, it looks like we're going to be hurting a relationship there a little bit more. But, it is what it is. Right now, we're in Capellan space anyway. Okay, let's take a really quick look at... Okay, we're all good there. Markets, nothing really all that interesting here. Guess we could take a quick peek at the equipment. Yeah, nothing really jumping out at me. Okay, let's go ahead and do the contract and get this over with. So, maybe a little bit less difficulty mission. So, yeah, 230 is what we're looking at. As far as points to put in, we now have 11 points, so I think we've had that. I'll put 2 into the damage coverage, and then probably the rest into the salvage shares. We get up to 18, that's pretty good. And then we have 1 point left over, which I'll just put a little bit into money. So this isn't a really high paying contract, but it does allow for a lot of salvage shares. We might be able to get a decent mech with that, if of course there is one available. Okay, let's go ahead and accept the contract. Now last time we only used 3 mechs because we took some damage and stuff. But we're gonna definitely want to adjust this loadout. I forget what our other default is at this weight. I'm pretty happy with the Rifleman. We might use that one again. It's only at 60 tons, so that may stay. We have to think about what we would want to replace, though. The Shadowhawk is fairly effective. I've also been thinking about potentially modifying the Kintaro, as I don't know how good the snark system really is, and I think we could really make this mech a lot better than it is if I were just to remove it. But in any case, let's go ahead and take a look at the Shadowhawk here as one possibility. And then the Rifleman, if I were to put it anywhere, I'd probably put it over in this bay, perhaps. We still have some tonnage. I'm not doing the math right away, so I don't know. We'll fit a 50-ton mech in and see where we're at. Okay, so that'd be 5 tons over. So we could do 2 50-ton mechs, or we could drop this down to a 55-tonner. Or give me a lighter mech. You know what? Let's go with the Shadowhawk for myself. And I guess we could also take the Quick Draw. That's a possibility. That's a fairly effective mech from what we've seen so far. And I'm going to drop this down. So we can drop this down by 15 tons. So we could probably take that Kintaro as well. And there we go. So Shadowhawk, Kintaro, Quick Draw, and Rifleman is what we're looking at. Rifleman has a decent amount of energy weapons, but it also has those ballistic weapons. Not sure what pilot would be effective in that role. Alternatively, I could put the Yagermech in here, and then it'd be a little bit more certain what we'd be running. You know what, I'll do that, and I'll drop the Kintaro down, because we're not really 100% sure on how effective it is. Now, as far as 50-ton mechs, I think the Trebuchet is pretty effective for us. And I'm not sure how it compares armored-wise. It's about the same as the Centurion. Now, the Centurion has been extremely effective, so we may want to use that, although it does oftentimes take a lot of damage. Okay. This is probably not a bad loadout. I'm going to go ahead and use Hope in the Yagermech. This is kind of the mech that we've designed specifically for her. And then as far as our other pilots, we really want to work on some developmental pilots, especially for some of these missions. So who do we want to take? Well, Freeman is really close to leveling up that ballistic weapon skill, although maxed out in just about every other weapon type. Okay, Griffith is... Okay, so Lester is one of our better pilots, as is Katz. Lester is getting somewhat close to getting some level ups. Maybe use him. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Lester. And with the Centurion, we can level up all 3 different weapon types, so that'd be good. And then for the quick draw, it's going to be energy weapons and missiles that are the most important. So who could we take in that case? Probably Katz. Or Thorn. Yeah, Thorn, just because, again, developmental pilots, very close to leveling up both missiles and energy weapons, so that'd be pretty good for us. So I'll take Thorn as well. So Lester and Thorn, just to get them a little bit more experience, because they could be better pilots for us, but they just don't really have... Oh, hey, Kobold. They don't really have the experience yet. So, yeah, I'll go with this. All right, ready up. We get to see the Yagermech in action again, see how effective it is, because this is the one we're most likely going to replace if it doesn't prove to be effective.
To pull off a big payday, if we can maintain this position beyond what our contract stipulates, Commander.
Okay.
That said, Farhad will never shut up about it if your mechs return to the hangar looking like Swiss cheese. Good luck.
Yeah, he has a habit of whining. You don't really need to tell me about that. So this would be another opportunity for the Yagermech to kind of prove itself. I think the Rifleman did really well the last mission we used it in, so I'm pretty happy with it. We'll just have to see if the Yagermech can also do that for us. Some nice little tank trappy things there. Not sure they really do anything, but okay. Especially after I just stepped on them.
You've got the Ops Force's attention. They are converging on your position.
Okay, we don't have to defend anything, we just have to kill enemy forces.
Target acquired.
Okay, we got a Locust. I'm gonna focus on the vehicles unless I have other... Alright. Okay, another Locust. Ooh, lots of vehicles. I'm kind of ignoring them, though. I just said I would take care of the vehicles, and now I'm just going hardcore after the mech here. Okay. Turn around. Yeah, I expected them to be helicopters. Okay. Alright, I heard a dropship drop in. There it is. It's right on top of us. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, let's go after the big boy first. I'm gonna try and knock out that autocannon. He's dead. Alright, good. Okay, good. One more vehicle.
spotted
Good.
operating in the area.
Halfway done with this
Watch
mission.
out for them.
I'm looking for dropships, but I don't see any. Do see a helicopter. I guess I'll go towards that.
Target acquired.
Let's go ahead and ask the Yagermech to shoot it down.
Target
Tango down.
I have a feeling that was not the Yagermech that got that kill. All well.
target acquired.
Okay.
Target destroyed.
One's dead.
Target acquired.
Come here, you little bastard.
Like it's scrap.
Okay. Moving on.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Oh, it's flipped upside down. I was like, what is that?
Target acquired.
Got a Locust 1M. So a lot of Locusts in this matchup.
You must have really kicked over the beehive
Okay,
here,
only
Commander.
5 more to go.
More hostiles inbound.
Okay, see vehicles over there. Okay. I think we have a Phoenix Hawk coming in. I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy out first.
Target destroyed.
Okay.
Target acquired.
Go after that right arm if we can. There, it's gone. We take the arms out of the Phoenix Hawk, it has no firepower. Okay, there's its arms gone.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Okay. Got another medium mech, a Cicada.
Tango smokes.
Destroyed.
That one's dead. And that's our opposition. Okay, I'm curious of our mechs, what did well in this matchup? Okay, we have another group of mechs dropping in on us. I would like to get the extract point, but it's going to be tough.
Target acquired.
A Shadowhawk.
Target is down.
I don't want my friends to get too beat up here, so I'm going to look to get out. I've drawn the attention of the Shadowhawk, so that might be good.
New target acquired.
How did I not kill that thing? No, I said I'd get out, and here I am not doing that.
Target destroyed.
Okay. Hopefully we helped out our allies there a little bit by taking out some of the heavier mechs. And we can get out without anybody taking too much damage. Hopefully they can get a kill in the interim.
Target acquired.
Yeah, that Locust is about to go.
Target
Hostile neck
There we go.
down.
We actually got a decent number of kills to add on. Okay, out we are.
Victory is ours, Commander. Prepare for
Doing all right,
evac.
Kobold. A little under the weather still, but otherwise we're doing pretty good. Okay, decent amount of payout. Oh, that may mean that we took a decent amount of damage. We'll have to see. Well, I guess we have no reason not to take the mechs as salvage, unless, of course, there's something really cool here. Not that I see. I guess we'll go ahead and take the AC-5, as it's worth a decent amount for how many shares it has. And then that's just about as good as we get for our value, so I guess we'll take just some of these medium lasers and call it a day. Okay, so we did take 225,000 damage, so we insured for more than that, so that does work out, but it is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and continue. So the Yager mech took a decent amount of damage, but I don't think it was anything critical. It did actually pretty well. It outperformed the quick draw, so despite, from a statistics standpoint, this Yager mech is supposedly not going to be all that great, it outperformed the quick draw, so I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty much across the board. And the Centurion did really well. It actually didn't take all that much damage, I guess because either Freeman or Pierre weren't piloting it, because those two seem to get in trouble a lot. All right, let's go ahead and close. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Let's take a real quick look at the star map, see if we've uncovered any idea of where we want to go. Okay, we have a lot of information now on this war zone, so we probably want to head down there if we can find a contract that we'd want to do. I might drop into this system, as it is another war zone contract, so I tend to like that mission type. The other one I like really a lot is defense. Not a lot of options in that regard, but yeah, I would say that is the real weakness of the Yager mech, and really any mech in general is the arms tend to fall off pretty easily in this game, and all the firepower's in the arms, so it's a real problem for the Yager mech. Yeah, so I think we're going to jump over here, although granted the rifleman isn't much better because it also has an emphasis on its arms. Although it is 5 tons lighter, so that's a little bit of a consideration. All right, so I don't think the damage is too bad here. We can see if there's any systems that need replaced. No, I didn't expect there would be. We can just repair here. 10 days, not too bad. 8 days. 12 days. The Yager mech is probably the one that's going to take the longest, 19 days. But with the jump distance that we're talking about, we should be fine. So we're going to go ahead and jump down here. It's going to take 27 days. And then we're going to look to at least figure out what this is. I expect it's going to be one of 2 sides that you get to pick from. So we'll see. That's one of the reasons why I think the Grasshopper has been really effective for us. Although we do have weapons in the arms, but the majority of our firepower is in our torsos, so we can take really significant fire damage and have some firepower left over. So yes, we have one contract offer from Liao and one from House Davian, so whichever way we want to take this. Now right now, we've actually tanked our relationship with House Davian. It's really good, and we actually have the Kintaro we have is the Lost Tech variant. So it has the Narc missile system. It has the upgraded ferrofibrous armor, although it doesn't have that marked anywhere. I really wish that they would put some of that information out there so you knew, but I'm pretty sure it does have that upgraded armor, and it's been doing pretty well. I've actually tinkered with the idea of replacing the Narc system with another SRM system or something. But so far, it's done decently enough, and I think paired with other mechs that have a lot of missile weapons, it could probably do really well. But so far, LRM systems have just been really disappointing, so I've actually turned away from them. The only mechs that I really have a decent number of LRMs, and even then, it's not really their main firepower, is the Quick Draw, the Thunderbolt, and the Stalker, which we have yet to use the Stalker. But, like, for example, the Trebuchet I ended up modifying because it was extremely disappointing. It never was really performing all that well, so I just stripped out the LRMs and gave it SRM 6s because I'm just tired of LRMs not doing well in this game. I think it has just has to do with the AI and how they behave. Possibly, if you stripped out all of the short-range weapons and only gave it long-range weapons, the AI would behave in a little bit more logical fashion. But I think what happens a lot is the Trebuchet, for example, just a Trebuchet as the example, would close so close that it couldn't actually use the LRMs a lot of times, or it just in general, I don't think LRMs are all that effective, especially in the hands of the AI. So it just is what it is, and we're kind of trying to learn as we go. But in theory, that would be a good pairing, is the Kintaro with mechs like the Trebuchet or stuff like that. Alrighty, in any case, let's go ahead and jump over to the information here. We'll read both and then decide for ourselves, because we could go either way. Both these factions like us. Oh, one thing I want to take a look at real quick. Did we find any other industrial zones in this area? No. So, real drought of industrial zones if we get really badly damaged. Although, I guess we could go up this way or this way. Although, I think this way is a little bit more promising because there's other industrial zones nearby, like over here and what have you. So, we'll probably head in this direction. All right, let me go ahead and take a look at those messages. So first, we'll talk to House Liao, which likes us more. Calling all mercenaries, soldiers of fortune, dogs of war, and hired guns. Well, I don't know if I like being called a dog of war, but okay. The Capellan Confederation is mounting a daring push into the Federated Suns. For centuries, we have suffered the continued loss of our rightful territory due to attacks and invasions from enemies on all sides. We now seek to take a stand and reclaim historically Capellan worlds in the name of the Chancellor. We request talented mercenaries such as yourself to directly partake in the frontline invasion into Davian space and return our lost planets to their rightful place in the Capellan fold. Our current military needs for the Kittery salient region involve targeting Davian military leadership and destroying a facility vital to the enemy. Surely you're up to accomplishing either a task on our behalf. Warning, accepting this contract may affect availability of other contracts. In other words, we wouldn't get a job from House Davian. So, large laser and some machine gun, well, one machine gun. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things I'm trying to learn. But I have tried putting the support mechs in the slot 4, and it just doesn't seem to work. I don't know if it's just from the swarm of vehicles you oftentimes get in missions or what have you. Maybe there's orders I could give to, like, make them trail more. I don't know. It's just stuff that I'm trying to learn here. So, yeah, they're going to give me an enforcer, although that's not really all that exciting at this time period. We could always sell it. There's a weird screen flicker. I don't know if you guys saw that. All right, let's see what they have to say. Oh, this is very tempting. I think we have to do this mission because of what they're offering. Well, in any case, the Federated Suns request the service of dependable mercenary outfit for staunch defense. Well, at least that's a little bit more polite, other than calling me a dog of war. The military forces of House Liao are attempting to validate their continued existence. They are demonstrating a show of force by invading an inconsequential fringe of our territory on the border of the Kittery salient. With more meaningful battles on other ends of our territory, we cannot squander time or resources to redeploy significant portions of our forces to address this threat to our sovereignty. Regardless, we have an obligation to protect our citizens from injustice and danger. I like how they're laying out how inconsequential this is. It makes me feel better. The rulers of the Capellan March, the Hasek-Davian family, will not allow Confederation incursions into their worlds. House Liao's invasion cannot be allowed to succeed. And we get the same warning. I feel like we have to take this because we've got some really high quality lost tech equipment that, I'm sorry, I have to go this route. We get the same amount of reputation either way. So yeah, we're going this route. I have yet to use the LBX style autocannons, but I also have the opportunity to get an ultra autocannon here. So either way, looking good for me. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at where we're supposed to go. So we're supposed to go to that location, which is where? Okay, it's where that communication was. It looks like a war zone contract. I expect it to be a defense contract, but I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, let's go ahead and do what contract's here, which is just one. Looks like we're going to be fighting for the Capellans against House Davian. The only downside is we do too many of these missions. House Davian may not like me very much. How are we doing on them so far? They're +3, but oh, we're up to +5 with House Liao. Let's just really quickly take a look at the markets just to see if there's anything exciting here. There is a rifleman. Granted, we already have one. That's also being sold for a very expensive amount, so I'm not really too keen on that. All right, well, in any case, yeah, let's just go ahead and do the contract. So we now have an extra point, so 12 points. I'll take 2 into damage coverage. Let's go all 8 into the salvage shares. It'll give us 2 left over. I don't think we're going to take too much damage here. It's another 230-ton drop. I think the mechs we used last time were fairly effective. And not only that, I think if we use those mechs, there's a good likelihood those mechs won't be used again, so... Or we have at least replacement mechs. So I'll go ahead and up the money amount. So this should be fairly rewarding. Let's go ahead and accept it. Okay, so we're just going to use the same lance. It seemed to be fairly effective. The only thing that really, the quick draw didn't really perform all that well, but it did all right. I wouldn't feel too bad, especially as Thorn is still trying to get experience. He did level up 2 points, but he was close to leveling those things up anyway. I don't think there's anybody else that we have a strong reason to use right now. Unless we were going to use, like, somebody like Captain Shen here, as he is getting close to leveling some things up. Also, Portillo is getting close to leveling up energy weapons. I might use him. I'm not sure I'm going to use him in the quick draw, though. I might use him over in... How are you doing, Lester? Very close to leveling up missile systems, huh? Alright, well, I'll stick you in the quick draw. We'll put Portillo in the Centurion so we can level all 3 skills up. You'll probably level up the energy weapon, I suspect. And then we'll put Lester into this mech, because he can level up those missile systems in the quick draw. As well as trying to level up some other things, like the energy weapons, which... not really close to leveling up, but hey, it helps nonetheless. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and take this. Let's ready up. How am I doing? So 8, 8. A very little skill in ballistic weapons, because just I don't use them all that often. Although I may, if we can get a mech that would be decent for that LBX cannon. Maybe an Orion or something like that would be a good one. Okay.
We have friendlies under assault from hostile forces. Link up with them and hold off the enemy advance as long as possible.
Okay, well, we already have them dropping in.
Not to overextend yourself, Commander. Eventually, you will need to fall back to the evac point.
Sometimes we have allies in these contracts. I'm going to slow down a little bit. Allow the Centurion and the Yager-mech to catch up. Now we can hit the G key and slow down a bit.
Target acquired.
Okay. Okay. Just cycling through to see what we're facing off against. Alright. Let's speed up here. Be tight. Shoot. I'm trying to get off of the setting. I think I did just then. Okay, he's dead. Hey, he's dead. And that guy's dead.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Okay, so we got a Phoenix Hawk and a Spider in support. Oh, we have one more enemy to kill. Locust 1M.
Commander, you've got the Ops Force's attention. They are converging on your position. Brace for hostile contact.
Oh,
Target acquired.
Scorpion tank. Oh, we're way too far away. I don't know why I even fired.
Enemy destroyed.
Acquired.
Goodbye. Got a heli.
Missile. Target acquired.
All right. Oh, okay. I'll look at those commands here in a second once I've killed this guy.
Recon reports additional forces entering
Farming
the
me, go to
engagement area,
location.
Commander. Be
Power
on the
hold
lookout for
fire
them.
weapons free. So Would I hit F3 to make them go to a location? Is that what I would do? I'm gonna hit cancel. Or do I want to not order them all? Maybe use...
Target acquired.
We'll figure out the commands. They're going to be important, I think, as we get later into the game.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, guy's dead. Let's go after the Jenner here. Actually... Oh, come on.
Destroyed.
He's dead.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Alright, we got something behind us.
Dead.
Okay.
Additional hostiles have been dispatched. They're heading your way.
Alright.
Target acquired.
Go after the Enforcer. Go after his arms if I can. Oh, that firing was way off base. Dead.
Target acquired.
There it is. You know, just take this out right now.
Target destroyed.
Alright.
New target acquired.
Try and take those legs out.
Eliminated.
Alright, I feel like I'm getting a little sloppy here.
Right arm gone.
Good. Oh, look at that. Right arm gone. I wonder who that was. Oh, the Jagermech.
To your position, Commander.
MRM-20 carrier. I'm gonna go try and take that out. But we have a drop-in right next to us.
Target
Alright, there we go.
destroyed.
What do we got?
Target
Cicada, Shadowhawk, probably a little bit more. It's a 2H variant. Trying to take out the autocannon. Okay, got it. Dead. Go after the Cicada.
Recon has spotted additional
Okay,
bodies.
5 more.
Heading along a trajectory that intersects with your position.
Dropping right on top of us.
Target acquired.
Ouchie. Ouchie. Trying to take out the arm before it's too much of a problem. Okay. That guy, you know, he's much weakened. So I'm gonna ignore him.
Target acquired.
2 assassins.
That makes a jump out now.
Critical.
And often I overheat in this mech. Okay.
New target acquired.
Tango smoked.
Heat critical.
Okay. Arm off.
Target destroyed.
Dead. I'm trying to let myself cool off a bit. Granted, we only have one more kill to go here.
We've reached our quarter, Commander.
Alright, where's the drop?
We're racking
Over
up
there.
bonus
Alright.
pay.
Just run for it.
Stick around as long as you like. We're on standby to pick you up when you're ready for evac.
I'm good.
Pow! One down.
Oh, they're gonna drop on top of us again. I'm gonna try and get out.
Target acquired.
Yeah, some pretty heavy enemies coming in. I prefer not to lose any mechs here, or have them be more damaged than they already are.
Left arm gone.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Well, Jagermech has lost all its arms.
Commander. Time to collect our pay.
I know, I was way out of range, but I figured I'd give it a... So the Jagermech lost every single weapon system it had. Yeah, this Shadowhawk, it does really well. Even in the hands of the AI, it does amazing. I've seen it do like 1,200 damage in the hands of the AI, which is pretty stellar. So we're probably going to be holding onto this thing for quite some time. Ooh, quality level 3 medium laser. Can't walk away from that. Let's see what else we can get here. Okay, nothing too exciting. I find it interesting that the Cicada is so many more shares than the Assassin, even though the Assassin is worth more. Maybe it's a matter of damage and stuff, but I think that's pretty much a no-brainer. Then I guess I'll take the Spider as well. And then we'll take the AC, the autocannon here, AC-5. Okay, that'll do it. So, we did take a lot of damage. I expect that's all the Yager-Mech. We probably lost pretty much... I don't know how many AC-2s we have left, and it's going to be hard to replace all those. And just from that, I might get rid of the Yager-Mech. We'll have to see how effective it was in this fight. But hey, we get 1.2 million, so that's not too bad. Yeah, 255 damage. It's not really a lot, considering the fact it lost every weapon system it had. Alright, so what else we got here? The Quick Draw did the best out of the AI-controlled mechs, but the Centurion was close behind. Neither one of them took really serious damage. Left arm, a little damage there, but there's nothing in that left arm, so not really that big of a deal. Again, the Yager-Mech doesn't do too bad, and if it hadn't lost its arms, it probably would have done better, but I don't know. It's just tough. We did 1,200 damage, which was pretty good. Alright. Yeah, and some of those autocannons that we lost there were kind of higher quality. I don't know how much more of those we have. Let's go ahead and repair what we know we can repair. I don't know what the Yager-Mech, what we're going to do with it. I may just sell it as is and not really worry about repairing it too much. We've got a lot of mechs to sell at this point. It's starting to get ridiculous. We still haven't had that update yet where we can sell mechs, I don't think, that are in cold storage. I guess I can confirm that. I could sell it and buy another rifleman. Although it gets a little confusing when you have the exact same mech times 2. But in any case, I guess we could rename it. Yeah, you don't really get access to those other stuff. I was pretty happy with the way the rifleman turned out. I just don't know if I want another one. We might look for something that's heavier too, so there's that. Let me take a look at equipment. Maybe we can buy back some of those autocannons that we lost. Nope. Okay. What is our inventory of autocannons? So I don't even have enough to set up a full set here, because I've got 2 quality 2s, 1 quality 1, and then this is a different type. And I remember somebody telling me that you don't really want to mix your types. Burst fire and non-burst fire. Yeah, it gets confused. Now I have 3 of those too, so... Yeah, I don't know. I think the Yager-Mech may go bye-bye. Oh well, it was fun while it lasted. Let's go ahead and switch over to... repairing the mechs that didn't take all that much damage. Just double check that none of them lost assist. Yeah, and then you guys lost that. Okay, so repair mech, 14 days. Repair mech 12 days, repair mech 18 days, and the Yager-Mech going to be out for a little bit longer. Well, maybe forever. Because if we're going to see that kind of damage consistently, I can't maintain a mech like this. It's gonna get its arms lopped off too often. So yeah, I think we gotta kick it out the door. Oh well. Okay. Now, I could come over here and do a contract, or I could just jump straight there. 34 days. If I jump here, it's probably 2 jumps away. I would assume 1 jump there, 1 jump there. 8Q and the 8T. Is the 8Q, are you talking about the AI does well in the awesome. I missed your previous message, yeah. Yeah, that might be a good one for us. I feel like they use PPCs fairly effectively. Oh, anyway. So we either jump to here, which takes 27 days, and then it may be 20 days to get to here. Or we just go straight there and not worry about it. I figure we just go straight there and get it over with. So I'm gonna go ahead and travel there. I'm also curious to see if we're gonna find more industrial zones or something. I am curious if we've hurt our relationship enough with House Davian that we don't have as big of a bonus. So I probably should have checked the operations before I moved. We're still at +3, so that's okay, I guess. Alright, let's take a look at the market. Another Yagermech, Crab, Quick Draw, Shadowhawk, Wolverine. Okay. So everybody's back except the Yagermech, which I'm just going to sit on. Did we find any more industrial zones or anything over here? Nope, there's a whole lot of nothing over here. Alright. So if we get really badly damaged, it's going to be a while before we get into an industrial zone because the closest one's over here. And that is quite a distance away. So hopefully we don't take too much damage here. Okay, so this is the Warzone contract. Looks like we get 270 tons to work with, which is good because we do have a decent number of heavier mechs. So granted, again, if we take a lot of damage, that might be a problem. Alright, so we have 10 points to put in here. I'm going to put 3 into damage coverage because now we're running heavier mechs. I might need it. Put 3 into salvage shares because that's as much as it'll allow me to do. And then we'll put the last 4 into payout. So 1.3, we'll say 1.4 million, rounded up a little bit. I'll go ahead and accept that. Alright, in this case, I will use my best pilots potentially. Okay, so I'm going to jump into the Grasshopper. Where's the Warhammer? Down there? Okay. And then we have to figure out what our other 2 mechs we're going to use. We've got the Thunderbolt as a possibility, although the Thunderbolt has been disappointing. Yagermech is out. We've got the Rifleman. I don't think the Stalker would fit in here. Although I am curious to try it out. So if we drop down to a 45-ton mech somewhere, we could use the Stalker. So it's really up to me if I want to go with something that light that could potentially get murdered here. But the Stalker could be in this mission if we wanted it to be. I almost would want to use it myself just to see where it's at. The only problem is the Stalker's really slow. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm quite ready to use it. Let's go with the Rifleman. And probably the Thunderbolt. Let's see where we're at when we do those 2. There were 5 tons under, huh? Yeah, so this is where we need like another 70, maybe a 75-ton mech. I think the Phoenix Hawk would do alright if we used it. I'm actually leaning towards that. Let me use the Stalker. Okay. I'm trying to think this one through. I mean, I guess we could use the Stalker as a backup in case one of these 2 mechs gets smashed, because we could use that in place of one of them. Yeah, that's probably the better idea. This is probably not a bad loadout. We're 5 tons under, but it will work, I guess. We'll see if the Rifleman proves to be as strong as we hope it will be. Okay, so let's get our better pilots in here. So, in the case of the Warhammer, I'm going to use Freeman. In the case of the Rifleman, we need somebody that has a good mix of ballistic weapons and energy weapons. So, who would that be? Trying to look through here. I mean, Boyce isn't bad. Shen is really decent except for the ballistic weapons. Thorn would be another one that wouldn't necessarily be bad. You got 5 here and then 3 there. So you're really, in theory, the Shen would be the overall better one. Yeah, okay, I'll go with Shen in this case. And then the Thunderbolt, we need good energy weapons and missile weapons. So, actually, we might want Thorn in the Rifleman and then put Shen in the Thunderbolt. Okay, that's the way I'm going to do it. Yeah, Thorn is going to be in the Rifleman. This is where we really want the Thorn to get a little bit more experience as well, because he would be a really good mech for us. I mean, pilot for us in the future. But in theory, he is going to be better, at least from a weapon standpoint, than Hope would be. Hope might have better experience in other places, though. Actually, no, I don't think that's true. Maybe here. Oh well. I'm gonna let it go right now. Oh, I have never painted the Rifleman. That's bad luck. Let's get that painted. We at least have the lances set up. Okay. Let's grab the Centurion. Alright. Rifleman. Alright, what is the motif we're gonna go with here? Oh, I don't know. I guess we'll just go through. Applejack. Yeah, that doesn't actually look too bad. And of all the mechs that I've seen, this looks the best with Applejack. As a matter of fact, I'm going to use it because it's the one time I think it would look half decent. So let's see what the other colors look like, of course, and then we'll make our final determination. So far, so good. I just don't know how the white's gonna look. Guess we'll find out. Rifleman, paint back. Now for the now for the white. Okay, let's take a look at it. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Kind of have mismatched stripes. But, alright. Do the contract. I almost feel like Hope would have been maybe the better choice in the Rifleman, especially as she was really close to leveling up that ballistic skill.
Alright. I've received word that the Davion Battalion has now made landfall on the far side of the planet. I'm already seeing Liao troops rerouting to their location or falling back entirely. Good work. It looks like you've saved the Federated Suns from losing a significant strategic location.
Oh, that's good. Hopefully they reward us properly.
Target acquired.
Alright, Firestarter, Cicada. Like maybe two Firestarter. No, there's a Spider. Okay, we've got some allied helicopters. Well, we did have some allied helicopters. I think they're both down by now. Okay, we have an allied, looks like a Cicada. See if we can get in here and take out the Spider. Okay, he's dead. Watch out, Cicada. Oh, misjudged that. Hello. Alright. Hey, you have no arms anymore. And you're soon not going to have your life. That is if I could aim. Alright, Cicada.
I'm seeing multiple tangos.
Good first round. I took a decent amount of damage there, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna focus on this Spider, I guess.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Get in here. Forgot how hot running this mech is since we've given that extended range laser. I still think that might have been a mistake. Alright. All that's left is the fire starter. Let's go after its leg.
More hostiles entering the combat
Okay.
zone's perimeter. Brace for additional contacts.
I'm trying to keep an eye out for where they may be. Okay, we got a medium mech over here. Okay, he's dead.
Target acquired.
Got him. All right.
Target acquired.
Another cicada. Get him, Warhammer. All right. Let's go get this guy.
The commander's kill. It's about to explode.
Yeah.
Target acquired.
Enemy forces
Hey, he's dead.
continuing to converge on your location. Stay
Got some
frosty,
vehicles.
Commander.
I feel like I heard a dropship coming in. That's too far out. I don't know why I even took that shot. My large laser. Now it's not too far out. One more shot.
Target destroyed.
Okay. What is hitting me?
Target acquired.
Naughty, naughty.
Target destroyed.
Okay. Where are we at? 13 to 20. Ooh, 2 medium mechs. Ooh, a hunchback. What else we got? A Phoenix Hawk and a hunchback. Okay, everybody target the hunchback. Or not, because we lost sensor contact.
Target acquired.
You know, I don't feel like my allies are helping me here. Alright.
Destroyed.
Alright. Oops.
Target acquired.
Coordinating air attack.
There you go. Hopefully we can use our ally cicadas here as some cover. Well, that didn't last long. This is an interesting loadout. Okay, got his main firepower.
Enemy mech eliminated.
Okay, he's dead.
Enemy
5 more to go.
reinforcements spotted in the area.
All right.
They look like they're heading your way.
Right on top of us.
Target destroyed.
Alright, we got ourselves a quick draw, a Yager mech, and a cicada. I'm gonna go after the Yager mech here. Try and take those arms out fast. Yeah, it's got its arms taken off, so we'll switch to the quick draw.
Acquired.
Okay. Should be going down soon.
Target
Got him.
destroyed.
Cicada time.
Acquired.
Target eliminated.
Target destroyed.
He's dead.
Target
Now the poor Yager with just his medium laser. That's firepower.
Tango eliminated.
Alright, that's all the enemy. Let's get out of here.
Our forces. They've either depleted altogether or gotten the message and withdrawn. Good work, boss.
I took a decent amount of damage, but nothing serious. Okay, they're a decent distance away from us, so you should probably get away from this. I'm not going to worry about my allies following me or not.
Splash target.
I'm just going to jump right over this bridge here. Like so. Okay, looking good.
Got another one.
Fuel low.
Alright. Like we're out of here. Allies managed to get a couple hits on stuff.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, there they are. Another pretty good mission for us. Okay. So 1.7 million. Alright, let's switch by value. AC5. I already have 3 of these things. I guess I'll pick up another one. Why not? Then everything else is a share at best, so I guess we'll just go down the list until we're out of stuff. Pick up. Not the best salvage, but we didn't have that many shares, so it's not that big of a deal. We also didn't take a ton of damage, which is good. Rifleman may have taken the most damage out of the bunch, as far as like maybe a system lost or something. Warhammer got out pretty good. Thunderbolt as well. As per usual, Thunderbolt did really badly with the performance. I really feel like we need to get rid of this damn thing. It never does all that well, and I don't really know the reason why. But in any case, yeah. Rifleman did really decent, I'd say. I mean, all things considered, between the two, I bet you the Thunderbolt is rated at a higher damage value. I mean, we can see that in a second. And that's why that stuff is kind of misleading, in my opinion, with this game. So the Thunderbolt is rated at 48.6 damage. The Rifleman is rated at 33.6 damage. But yet, the Rifleman, by a pretty significant margin, beat the Thunderbolt. And that's why I don't like LRM systems. I just think that you don't get much value out of them.